Thomas Tuchel has gone ahead to fire at Ancelotti after that game of football that saw Madrid win by 2-1. There was a controversial decision made by the referee that has gone ahead to see these two managers erupt at one another. After Tuchel erupted at Ancelotti reciprocated with the same energy. Good morning, everyone watching in the Football News Show. This is the 9th of May. It's the 9th of May 2022, and this is Rokani David onto the Rokani Media Football. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. This is the channel that brings you your latest news and information as far as everything is concerned, and we are here to bring you what these two have gone ahead to exchange that has gone ahead to obviously result into a cold war. I really like this because I enjoy football because of what it is. Pre and after. You get? Pre, you hear words from the players, from the managers, from the fans, from the pundits. And then, in the due course of the game, they're obviously exchanging words. And even after the game, you really hear a very bitter exchange there for you, especially if at all you end up losing, like how Bayern Munich went ahead to lose in the semi-final. And what is that moment that has gone ahead to keep these people at loggerheads till now? Let me show you this moment that has gone ahead to obviously rise up a very huge scuffle in between the managers. And it is really very annoying that even the referee or the linesman or the assistant referee came out and be told Thomas Tuchel that I'm sorry, and Thomas Tuchel has also gone ahead to erupt at that team, and it looks like that referee should not really officiate any other game again, because if you are an assistant referee and you do that and you really eat what we call the humble pie, then what's the essence of you really getting you back, because you know the rule, and why do you really not let the ball being played? Now, this is the moment. A ball was really, it was like a ball over the top, and Rudiger went ahead to hit it, and the referee blew the whistle because the flag was up. You get? And when it was blown, the ball was played to, the ball found itself to Matthias De Ligt. De Ligt hit the back of the net. Now, when you look at this, and you draw this line, no player is offside. No player is offside here, right? And the referee also never took his responsibility to obviously say, all right, he has gone ahead to obviously put out his lines, his flag up, but I'm not gonna really come out and really say that it's an offside because the ball was still in play. You understand? So that's what went ahead to happen, and Rokani David is here to break it down. We thank God for the gift of life, and for the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. It's a Thursday. Now, Thomas Tuchel talked about that disaster and that goal that really was disallowed. He said, a disaster, an absolute disaster with Real's second goal. They let the play continue. The clear rule is that the scene must continue. The first mistake was made by the linesman, the second by the referee. It was a clear violation of the rules. That's what I told you, that if you're a referee and you know that you're supposed to be acting at what we call top-notch officiations, because this referee officiated the World Cup final. To me right now, he's the best referee. I've gone ahead to officiate a game in Europe, but I don't know why he really found himself in such a situation of making such a very naive decision. Yet he knows exactly what the rule is all about. And Tuchel is right, because for the first goal that goes in through, it was sanctioned to VAR. That is it. And let me show you how it was sanctioned to VAR, because when Rudiger crossed that ball, the linesman never went ahead to obviously put his flag up. You get? But when the ball crossed the line, that's when he went ahead to say, all right, the man has been offside. And then it was subjected to what we call a VAR review. And finally, it was shown that this is where Rudiger was. He crossed the ball and Joselu was onside, and it was given. Now, why is it that for the side of Bayern Munich, they are denied their chance to do what they're supposed to do? That is where it plays into the favor of Bayern Munich, and obviously the linesman went ahead to obviously report himself, and Tuchel went ahead to let us know that the linesman went ahead to apologize to him. You get? The linesman said sorry, but that does not help. You get? That's what validates the point of Thomas Tuchel, because if the linesman says I'm sorry, then Tuchel is right. You get? Because all would have been okay if at all Matthias de Ligt was offside, but Matthias de Ligt was onside and there was no foul. You get? And how do you really go in for such a decision? And this way I tell you that sometimes these people get orders, because they wouldn't like to see a Champions League final without a Real Madrid in. You get? Knocking out Real Madrid, they wouldn't have gone ahead to make money like they would have gone ahead to make when Real Madrid is in. And it looks like it was something that was really orchestrated to feed these people in there for you to see it that a big team like Real Madrid is into the final. But Bayern had gone ahead to take its course right. And you look at the expression of Thomas Tuchel to the linesman, and he was like, you man, what are you doing? You get? You've killed my only hope of really getting in this. And I tell you, if at all they get that equalizer and they go to extra time, I think the mentality of Real Madrid drops down and that of Bayern Munich goes high, because it's like, we've gone ahead to get an equalizer, we can really win this. Like it did for Madrid when they got an equalizer in the 88th minute in there. Then Tuchel, as you see him pointing at the referee, came out and really said, I think this was the fourth official, and he said the following. Thomas Tuchel on if he accepts the referee's apology, because the referee would have to apologize, and was asked on if he accepts the referee's apology. He said, very difficult. This is a semi-final. It's not the moment for apologies, really not. It's not the moment for two huge violations of rules and then an apology. We all have to go to our limits. All have to suffer. All have to play without mistakes. The referees at this level also have to do that. When you don't deliver, it doesn't help when you apologize. Even though, of course, as sportsmen, we accept it. So, Thomas Tuchel is 100% right. You know, the referees have gone ahead to be called onto the wrong side of the law, and they have to obviously come in and really give an explanation. And if at all I'm the side of, if at all I'm the side of, if at all I'm the side of, if at all I'm the side of UEFA, I obviously coming through to put in a shift. And this referee is the best, I tell you. And he has gone ahead to officiate very many games. He's known as Simon Marianiak. You get? He's the best referee, and right now he's really one of those that I think has ruined his chances to officiate, you get, the final, because that is really very bad. And I went ahead to see Elba, one of the officials for the side of Bayern Munich, come out and really allege that, what do you expect from a Polish referee? You know the rage between Poland and Germany way back, because Poland had to fight and obviously separate itself from Germany. And he's like, you know, the misunderstandings, you know, the bad blood. And do you expect a Polish referee to really get a decision for Bayern rights? I was like, this is beyond the sleeve, because we all know that the referee went ahead to see to it that he really but I think it was VAR, because the referee gave the goal and there was a VAR review that sort of that goal was really turned down. So Elba might be right in there for you, because if there was not VAR, he wouldn't have gone ahead to call that out. But this time round, when he had the chance to obviously blow the whistle, he did. Because we've gone ahead to see on several occasions when the assistant referees raise their flags, communicating an offside to the center referee, and the center referee says no. He lets the play to go on, and after he blows the whistle, and they check, and that is it. So that's why players are told, play the whistle. Play the what? Play the whistle. That is it. So after that, Carlo Ancelotti had to come in through and really tell Thomas Tuchel, please Tuchel, accept defeat, go back and collect your bags and find where you're going to be playing next. He said, Bayern complaining about the offside. Okay. And then we complain about the cancelled goal of Nacho. Kimmich dived. The offside episode is simple to explain. Maybe it wasn't offside, but the referee whistled before the goal and we stopped playing. That is it. So he's also saying if I know the referee never went ahead to stop the whistle, maybe they wouldn't have gone ahead to stop playing for this side to score. But when you look at that scenario, these players keep chasing. You get? And Carlo Ancelotti is like, Kimmich dived. That is a lie. Kimmich was really held in the eye by Nacho. That is it. So that's football, and that's what makes football interesting, that the debate never really stops, you know. And I know this video is going to really orchestrate very many narratives. I've gone ahead to see already in the comment section when I really went ahead to say full time Real Madrid has gone ahead to knock out Bayern Munich. I've gone ahead to see close to, is it 100 comments there already onto the comment section on the community side. Arsenal fans saying tit for tat, let Bayern taste the bitterness of their own medicine, because Arsenal was denied a penalty into the dying minutes when they're playing at the Emirates. But even Arsenal was supposed to obviously concede a penalty for the handball that was made by Gabriel Magalhaes. Arsenal fans, please be fair to yourself. I think it was a 50-50 and I take that. But for this time round, it was justice to one side and injustice to the other side. You get? So that's what makes football interesting, you know? That's what makes it interesting. Now, Manuel Neuer, one that kept Bayern Munich in the game for 88 minutes, and he went ahead to obviously give out a very stupid goal. He came out and said, anyone who's ever played football knows how I'm feeling right now, that we've been knocked out in the closing stages, having led. Sorry about that. Having led 1-0 until the 85th minute, it's extremely bitter. We have taken one step to London. We saw ourselves in the final, and now I'm lost for words. That is Manuel Neuer for you. Obviously, he has to be lost for words because he is the same guy responsible for knocking out the side of Bayern Munich. You know, he gets Madrid back in the game. Madrid never looked like they're going to score a goal. If at all you watch that game, they never looked like they're going to really score a goal. But the way he obviously gives that ball to Joselu after that shot that was directed to him by Vinicius Jr., though it bounced heads on the floor, but he was supposed to be doing better, you know. And those are moments that decide games like this. You know, you can recite the game of Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur. 3 goals up. Raya gifts. You know what happens? Obviously, the man himself finds himself getting Spurs back into the game. The game ended 3-2, and even the manager Mikel Arteta admitted that it was really a nervy ending of a game. And he was like, Lord, please, let this not happen to us, and we concede another goal, because the team was all over us. Thomas Tuchel came back and was asked about Harry Kane, because everyone was asking himself, why did he have to substitute of Harry Kane for Choupo-Moting? He said he couldn't continue. The front four all had to be subbed off. Harry had an issue with his back. Serge Gnabry had a hamstring again, the same injury again, the hamstring. It's been going on for a while. So he's telling us that the man had what we call a back injury, you know, and he took him off. As any manager, he'll come up with an excuse, but he thought like the game is done. But for me, taking off Harry Kane, I think even if he's injured, you keep him on to be like a scarecrow. As I told you in the match reaction, that taking off Harry Kane gives Rudiger allowance and Nacho to come in through to play into the final third. And guess who puts in the square to Joselu for the second goal? It's Rudiger. But was Rudiger doing that when Harry Kane was available? No way. I think sometimes you have to use your mind to see to it that all goes as to plan. So thank you guys for watching it through. I go by the names of Rokani David, and tell me thoughts about Tuchel Ancelotti clash, you know, after the knockout of Bayern Munich. And what do you make about everything I'm going to talk about. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David is my name. Sign out for now. Say your letters and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. Ciao, ciao.